Hello, this is Tamara with Pixie Dust Designs, and today we're going to make this adorable teacup and saucer using the espresso cup and saucer kit. Here is the direction that we are heading. Please go to Pixie Dust Designs on YouTube to see further instructions. Part B does go to the saucer, so these work very well together. Today I'm going to use this gorgeous pattern paper. It is double-sided, and I felt like this would be great for what I had envisioned. If you don't have pattern paper, you can always glue two pieces of paper, complementary papers, together. Our first die is the largest die, and you want to make sure that you cut it out 2 times for the proper size of the teacup that you most likely want. The slot with the 2 pieces, the 2 little slots in there, you're going to cut out 1 time. And then one that doesn't have any slots in it, you're going to cut out 7 times. And those are going to go on the outside of our teacup. The pieces there are for the handle, and you're going to cut each one of those out once. And we're going to glue those together. And I want the beautiful rose floral on my outside, so I'm going to glue the black and white pieces touching each other so that the florals are showing on the outside when we put our cup together. For the cup, you will see that there are score lines. So what I'm doing here is I'm creasing very, very well these score lines. It's a little challenging to see just because my paper is a little busy. So again, I'm doing this very, very thorough and very deep, so it's easy for me to line up the next piece when I go to do that. And I'm going to do this with both sets of this cardstock. Now, the pieces that we cut 7 of, I'm going to also score those, but I want to line them up first before I glue them because I want to make sure that it's going to move with my paper and in the correct direction. So I do take an extra moment just to line each piece up so that I know one is going to fit well and move in the correct direction. So once I have each piece scored and lined up, I'm going to go back through and glue each piece down, securing it tightly. This does take a few moments to do. The one that has the slots in there, I intentionally saved that one for last. So that's what I was pointing to there to the left. And it's easy to line up the cardstock here, the pink, and you can kind of center it. There's like little pen pricks, dotted lines there, so you can easily see this in real life. It's a little challenging to see it on the video, but in real life you can see it. Here I'm kind of playing with the pieces. I want to see how this is going to come together. This is the second time I have put this together. First time was kind of a run through, but just again, wanted to get a good visual before I actually secured all of my pieces together. As my glue is still wet, I do recrease my paper, the pink paper, because again, I want to make sure that it's going to move with it as it is drying. And that's kind of important when we go to secure it when we're making the actual teacup, because it needs to be able to move, because you kind of have to wiggle it into shape. While that is drying, I do decide to go ahead and work on my saucer. There are score lines on that, and that's what I'm doing is I'm just bending those score lines, and then I'm going to secure the ends with just a little dab of glue and let that dry. I am holding it with my reverse tweezers just so my hands can do something else. Now that my cup paper is dry, I do want to secure the piece that has the slots, and that's actually where my handle's going to go in. So you want to make sure that you line those slots up so that they do match the slots on the floral pattern paper. Because again, you do need to squeeze the handle through those two slots. As you can see, the base of the cup, they're going to slide in. They literally just like move together and slide right in. And then you're going to just secure the ends with just a tab of glue there. Sorry, I go a little off screen here, just so I could kind of get a close up to make sure that it was lining up perfect. And again, I just want to make sure that I have no issues with this and that it is lining up. I do hold it for probably 40 seconds or so until my glue sets. It doesn't take too long at all. Once that has set, you will see like these little teeth, and I'm using air quotes here, on my pattern paper, the floral paper. So what I'm going to do is just add a drop of glue to one slice of the pattern paper at a time, and then secure that. But before I do that, I am going to finish up my saucer. And that is just simply done by adding the pink paper right there in the center of the pattern paper that we had scored and glued earlier. So here I'm kind of just playing with the paper. I want to make sure all the pieces are going to fit well together. And as you can see, I do add the glue to the little teeth, hold in place for just a few seconds before I move on to the next spot. Since there is 7, it does take a few minutes to go through each. I held each piece versus using my reverse tweezers just because I felt as if for this particular project, it gave me a little bit more control and I could kind of play with the pieces and wiggle it into place just to make sure everything lined up beautifully. And that was important to me. So as you can see, each piece is getting secure. It does take a few moments, so please be patient on this part. I imagine if you wanted to use your reverse tweezers here, you most certainly could. I opted just for my fingers to hold it. To me, I don't mind messy fingers. So it didn't matter to me, but if you don't like the texture of glue on your fingers, then by all means, use the reverse tweezers. As you can see, this is starting to come together, and that paper, just gorgeous, really, really pretty. I do like the effect that the pattern paper makes with this. You could just use like plain white in the inside. Like most teacups, they are just plain in the inside. But I did feel as if by using the double-sided paper, it kind of gave me that little oomph that I personally like. And here we are to the last little piece. Gorgeous. I love the way this comes together. I'm always fascinated with the beautiful creations we can make with paper, this being one of them. Definitely the people at Pixie Dust Designs did a fantastic job with this die set. I personally am a tea and a coffee drinker, so this is right up my alley. So the last piece here is getting secured. And then once I allow this to dry just for a few seconds, we will go to the handle and kind of finish everything up. Even though this video is sped up, this project really didn't take that long. The die cutting took a few minutes, and then the holding the glue together, maybe 45 seconds, 50 seconds per piece. But again, not that long. There's the handle that we had worked on earlier. It's to the right. And what we're going to do here in just a second is slide it into the two holes, and it literally just slides right in. Once you have it slid in, you just want to add just a little drop of glue in the inside of the cup and hold each of those tabs secure for just a couple seconds, just to make sure that they hold. And you'll see that in just a second here. The little tabs, you can kind of see it when I tilt the cup up, and you just hold those. Isn't the handle cute? So adorable. And here I am adding just a little bit more glue to the bottom tab. And I'm trying to show you where you're going to hold it. See the little tab there? So you just hold it for just a couple seconds. Easy peasy. Look how cute this cup is. So adorable. That would also be cute maybe to put some chocolates in or something. Maybe if you have a overnight guest staying and they're going to be in your guest room, maybe just have it beside the bed with some chocolates, or maybe a live flower would be a nice gesture. I wanted to take a moment and just thank you so much for watching this today. I would absolutely love it if you subscribed, liked, and leave a positive comment. All of this always helps. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep crafting.